Hello, this is your Zodiac Oracle speaking. There are no coincidences. You are here because life wants to show you a sign. Open your heart and receive the guidance that arrives for you today. Libra. There is a key that opens your destiny today, Libra. When the scales break, it is not to be destroyed, it is to be rebuilt more just, more firm, and more radiant than ever. Feel this in your chest, because you did not arrive at this message by coincidence. You were guided. There are forces that have been moving threads behind what you call coincidence. And today they decide to speak to you directly. This message is an urgent call to your soul, because something big wants to manifest in your life, and only those who listen until the end will be able to receive it and hold it without losing it to the shadows. I see your energy, Libra, and I perceive a warning first. For some time you've felt that something doesn't fit, as if you were surrounded by smiles that aren't entirely sincere, by promises that dissolve as soon as you turn your back. You are not imagining it. The first card that opens for you is the Seven of Swords, and it speaks to me of silent enemies, of people who have wanted to take advantage of your kind heart, your impulse to help, your desire for harmony at all costs. You have given more than you receive, and someone has mistaken your kindness for weakness. But the universe is not blind. The justice you long for is not only earthly, it is spiritual, and it is getting closer. There has been envy around you, Libra. Someone has looked at your light with annoyance, as if your brightness were a personal offense. It may be someone close, a coworker, a so-called friend, or even someone in your family circle who does not know how to deal with your gifts. It is an energy of if I can't, then neither can you. A shadow that whispers, that criticizes behind your back, that feeds on your doubts. That is why you have felt tired for no apparent reason, unmotivated, sleepless, with thoughts that do not belong to you. The energy of this card shows hands trying to take what is yours. Ideas, projects, time, attention, love. And yet, you are still there, caring, listening, balancing everything. As if your mission were to hold everyone else's world up while yours is shaking. It is the curse and the gift of Libra, to see all sides of the story, to justify everything, to excuse the inexcusable. But listen carefully to what I am about to tell you. The universe has already decided that this dynamic ends here. No more invisible chains disguised as loyalty. No more silences that choke you just so you don't make others uncomfortable. No more. In this instant, as you hear these words, another card opens before me. The Moon. And with it come hidden emotions, fears, intuitions you've been ignoring. You have felt signs, repeated dreams, strange sensations when you're near certain people. Your soul already knew there were masks, that there were secrets, that there was something you were not being told. The moon illuminates what is hidden, even if it is painful. But it does not do so to destroy you, it does it to free you from deceptions you do not deserve. Ask yourself, who benefits when you doubt yourself? Who rests while you carry everything? I want you, as you listen to this, to repeat with me in your mind, or better yet, in a low voice. I choose to come out of the darkness and open myself to the miracles of the universe. This is your decree. Engrave it in your heart, because it will be a key that will open doors throughout this message. The universe has recently put tests in your path in the form of disappointments. People who were not there when you needed them. Replies that never came. Support that was promised but remained empty words. This is not a punishment, Libra. It is divine filtering. It is as if life decided to clean your environment, to show you who is who, separating the chaff from the wheat, the mask from the true face. And though it hurts, it is the prelude to something much greater. Your rebirth. On your path there have been obstacles in love, in work, and in money that seem to repeat like an endless cycle. You know well that feeling of giving everything in a relationship and feeling that you receive emotional crumbs. You have known the emptiness of waiting for a message, a call, a gesture that never arrives. And you have also known the frustration of working, striving, sacrificing yourself, and still feeling that money slips away like water through your fingers. Coincidence? No. It is an energetic pattern that is breaking today. As I continue to see your cards, the devil appears. This card does not come to scare you, it comes to reveal where your chains have been. It shows itself as attachments to the past, to guilt that is not yours, to promises that have already expired, to fears of failure, rejection, and loneliness. The devil tells me that, in your desire for peace and harmony, you have swallowed words you should have said, accepted conditions that do not honor you, maintained bonds that drain you. It is a golden prison. On the outside it looks proper, polite, stable. On the inside, your soul is screaming. And right there, in the middle of that darkness, the first flame of divine justice begins to shine. Because what is about to happen in your life is not a small change. It is a correction of your course. Something you lost, something that was taken or denied to you unfairly, begins to return to you by other paths. And here I want this to be clear. Nothing that is truly yours will be held forever in foreign hands. Write in the comments, as a seal of faith over your own destiny, divine justice is already working in my favor. Do it as someone who signs a pact with the universe, as someone who says, I am ready to receive what belongs to me. There is a sense of urgency in your cards. Libra. It is as if the universe were telling you, wake up now, not tomorrow, not later. There are decisions you can no longer postpone, people you need to put in their place, doors you must close, and others you must dare to knock on. What happens in the next few days and weeks will be a direct consequence of what you decide to believe today. Will you believe in fear, or will you believe in your right to light? That is why I want you to repeat again, with more strength. I choose to come out of the darkness and open myself to the miracles of the universe. Each time you say it, a chain loosens, a toxic tie loses strength, a door cracks open. Now, Libra, in your emotional energy I see exhaustion, but also hope. You have loved from the heart, even when there was no reciprocity at the same level. There may be a person from the past who still occupies space in your thoughts, someone who appeared in your life as a promise of balance, but who ended up being a test. That connection taught you something, that you can no longer place your worth in someone else's hands. A readjustment in love is coming, and it will not be small. What seems lost could come to close cycles definitively, or transform radically. But before the new arrives, the universe needs you to let go of what weighs you down. On the economic and work level, the sensation is of accumulated injustice. Unrecognized efforts, underestimated talents, ignored ideas. But at the bottom of that frustration lies your true power. You did not come here to live under the shadow of others' recognition. You came to build your own weight, your own name, your own authority. Life has been preparing you in silence. It has trained you in adversity so that you can hold the abundance that is coming. And here, at the end of this first part, I can feel how an energy swirls around you, as if a turning point in your story were being prepared. The card that will change the fate of this message has not yet revealed itself, but I can already feel it approaching. Stay, because when it comes to light, you will understand why you had to go through so much darkness to deserve so much light. I'm staying with you, Libra, without cuts, without interruptions, as if we were in the same room and I had these cards laid out in front of you. As the energy settles, the card that announces the beginning of the turning point finally appears. Justice. And when justice places itself between the Seven of Swords, the Moon, and the Devil, everything changes. This is the confirmation of what your soul suspected. You are not a victim of life. You have been a student of sacred lessons. What was imbalanced now begins to be compensated. Justice speaks of contracts, agreements, clear decisions. It speaks of the scales returning to their point of harmony, but not from naivety, rather from awareness. You are going to begin to see how certain truths come to light. Messages that are revealed, conversations that needed to happen finally take place, information that was hidden reaches your hands. People who judged you unfairly will see the truth. People who abused your trust will face consequences. And you, Libra, will witness it. There is something very powerful here. This card also speaks to me of papers, documents, signatures, legal or work agreements. If you have been waiting for a resolution in matters of work, contracts, lawsuits, pending payments, or important arrangements, the energy moves in your favor. Not everything may be resolved overnight, but a shift begins. The scale that was previously tilted against you begins to move and draw closer to the just point. And here's where life asks something from you. That you also be fair with yourself. You have been a very harsh judge toward your own heart. You blame yourself for mistakes, for past decisions, for things you didn't know and could only understand after living them. No more. Justice does not come only to set things in order out there. It comes to invite you to look at yourself truthfully, but also with compassion. The constant punishment you impose on yourself, the cruel self-criticism, only reinforce the chains the devil had put on you. This is the moment to cut those as well. In love, this card marks a before and after. If you have been in an unbalanced relationship, where you give more than you receive, the universe will bring situations that force you to see reality as it is. There may be a definitive conversation, a revelation that opens your eyes, or even the arrival of someone new who shows you, through their treatment and honesty, that you deserve something better than what you've accepted so far. In some cases, this energy can bring an ending. In others, a sort of spiritual renegotiation of the bond, where new rules are set. The point is that emotional injustice no longer has a place in your life. At work, justice indicates deserved rewards. A boss, a person in authority, someone who has the power to open doors, begins to see your worth. Perhaps through recognition, a new responsibility with better pay, a project that allows you to showcase your talents, or an opportunity that arrives from nowhere, but is in reality the result of everything you've been sowing in silence. None of this is coincidence. In the midst of this rearrangement, I see another card sliding in, the Three of Pentacles. It speaks to me of teamwork, collaboration, recognition of your work. You will no longer be invisible. Your skills, your capacity to mediate, to find solutions, to bring beauty and harmony where others see only problems, begin to stand out. Doors to new collaborations open, perhaps with people from other places, other cities, other environments. It is as if the universe praised your effort and said, "It is time for your light to be seen beyond this small circle." In terms of money, this combination points to stabilization. I'm not saying that a fortune will suddenly fall from the sky, although some Libras might receive extra income, a late payment, a financial surprise. But the strongest piece here is the foundation you begin to build. I see a shift in your mindset regarding money. From seeing it with fear, from feeling it is never enough, you begin to see it as energy that flows, that comes and goes, and which you can attract in greater amounts when you honor your own value. There are talents in you that you still haven't fully monetized. Creative gifts, communication skills, negotiation, design, art, beauty. These can open new income streams. Justice and the Three of Pentacles tell you, stop underestimating what you know how to do. I want you to declare with me again, strongly, like someone breaking an ancient spell. I choose to come out of the darkness and open myself to the miracles of the universe. Every time you say it, you renounce learned scarcity, inherited fear, the idea that success is not for you. On the spiritual plane, your energy is being refined. The moon and justice together speak of intuitions that become clearer, dreams that bring messages, gut feelings that guide you down the right paths. Do not ignore them. If suddenly you feel you need to send a message, cancel a meeting, take a different route, accept an unexpected invitation, or stop yourself before saying something, listen to that inner voice. It is your protective guide, your wisest part, connected to the universe. There is an important detail your cards also whisper. Forgiveness. Not as an act of weakness, but as a ritual of liberation. It is not about justifying what others did to you. It is about releasing the weight you carry on your shoulders. Resentment, silent anger, accumulated sadness occupy space where love and abundance should be entering. Forgive not so that they can be at peace, but so that you can fly lighter. At this point, the universe extends a very concrete invitation. If these words resonate with you, if you feel they are speaking to you, honor this moment as a small ritual of commitment. As a symbolic act to say, yes, I accept this guidance and I open myself to more messages. You can give thanks in a simple yet powerful way, by offering a gesture of love to this message. Something as simple as a like, a sign that you received and value what the universe is showing you through these words. That way, you not only support the channel through which these notices reach you, you also energetically seal your willingness to keep receiving guidance, to open your paths, to improve your life step by step. Imagine that every time you consciously choose to give thanks, the universe responds by amplifying the opportunities that align with you. You are not alone, you never have been. You have had angels, guides, protective energy around you, even in the moments where you felt everything was against you. And today, through these cards, they are confirming that the period of darkness you went through had a purpose. To teach you to recognize your worth and never again hand it over to the wrong hands. Now, Libra, an even brighter energy appears in your cards, and in the next part it will be when the real twist shows up. That moment when life stops pushing you toward the edge of the abyss and begins to lift you toward the summit. Victory, love, abundance are being announced. But before this wave of blessings rises, there is still one more truth you need to hear. And it comes right now, as the next card prepares to reveal itself before you. The card that now unfolds before me is the Sun, and with it everything changes in tone. Where there were shadows and doubts, now an illuminated path stretches out. It is as if, after a long night, dawn finally dared to touch your face. The sun over justice is the confirmation of a victory you can no longer postpone. The victory of being yourself without apologies, without masks, without fear of making others uncomfortable. The sun speaks of clarity, success, recognition, genuine joy. This card brings bright news into your life. In love, it announces the possibility of a more sincere, more honest, freer connection. It may be an existing relationship that enters a more mature, transparent, and stable stage, where both of you show yourselves as you are, with no games, no manipulation, no harmful silences. But for many Libras, it also points to the arrival of someone new. A person with warm, direct, authentic energy, who does not hide, who does not fear saying what they feel, who does not play with you. Someone who vibrates from the light, not from the shadow. It will not be just any connection. The sun speaks to me of loves that illuminate, that push you upward, that inspire you, that make you want to grow together. If you have gone through unbalanced relationships where you carried more, where you played the rescuer, where you acted as a therapist, this time the pattern shifts. The universe wants to show you that love does not have to hurt, that passion and peace can indeed coexist, that stability is not boring when it is built from truth. In the work and financial arena, the sun brings opportunities that shine. It might be a project that allows you to show what you truly know how to do, an unexpected proposal, a job offer, a promotion, a change of area, or even the beginning of something of your own, an idea that has long circled your mind and that now finally takes shape. The important thing is that you do not underestimate yourself. The fear of not being enough, of failing, of not measuring up, is an old shadow that no longer belongs in this new dawn. Here colors and symbols appear as well. The color that accompanies you at this stage is gold, because it represents the light returning to you, abundance, confidence, the inner glow that no one can turn off anymore. Deep blue tones also appear, speaking of spiritual protection, mental calm, sharpened intuition. You can use these colors in your clothing, your surroundings, in small details. as a constant reminder of what you are calling into your life. Clarity, abundance, and protection. The numbers that vibrate with you now are 6, 11, and 21. The number 6 speaks of harmony in the home, balanced relationships, love that nurtures. The number 11 is a master number, a spiritual portal indicating deep connections, intuitive guidance, synchronicities that confirm you are on the right path. The number 21 speaks of successful cycle closures and new beginnings filled with fullness. It is no coincidence that these numbers appear. They are codes the universe sends so you know you are entering an important phase. If you see them repeating in times, dates, amounts, take them as signs. At the center of this new radiance, I want you to say it again with great strength. I choose to come out of the darkness and open myself to the miracles of the universe. You are not repeating it as empty words, but like a hammer that definitively breaks the remaining chains. Your spiritual energy is expanding now. Where you once felt confused, you begin to understand. Where you used to ask for signs, you now recognize them. A stage is coming in which, suddenly, everything makes more sense. The people who left, the doors that closed, the periods of waiting that drove you to despair. You will realize there was an invisible hand guiding everything, even when you didn't see it. In this part of your reading, the Four of Wands also appears, a card of celebration, stability, and shared achievements. It speaks to me of happy moments with family, friends, or a partner. Of small or great festivities marking the transition from struggle to enjoyment. It is as if life told you, you have fought enough, now you also deserve to enjoy. It might be an event, a trip, an important meeting, a change of home, a professional achievement that you celebrate. But whatever it is, it brings that feeling of, finally. In love, this card together with the Sun can announce commitments. More serious bonds, moving in together, stability, significant encounters with someone who feels like they have known you before. And if there is no one in your life right now, it opens the door to a meeting that will not be random. As you know, nothing here is random. Two souls crossing paths at the precise moment when both are ready to sustain a more conscious bond. In money and work, Four of Wands speaks of solid foundations. What you begin in this stage has the potential to last. You may start a small project that, over time, becomes something big. A change that currently scares you may end up bringing more financial and emotional freedom than you imagine. The key is to trust your intuition and act despite the fear. In the midst of this hope, the universe asks you for one more gesture. If you want to seal all this as a pact with abundance, perform a symbolic act of commitment with yourself. It can be as simple as proclaiming your intention outwardly. That's why I invite you to write in the comments the phrase that has already been whispered to you. Divine justice is already working in my favor. Do it as if you were signing your new reality. I want you to feel how your energy changes as you hear each word. You may get chills, a lump in your throat, feel like crying or smiling. Do not repress it. It is your soul recognizing the truth within this message. For a long time you have been hard on yourself, demanding perfection, carrying other people's guilt. Today the universe lays a hand on your shoulder and says, "It is enough, now it is your turn to receive." On this stretch of your path, there is also a message about taking care of your thoughts. What you repeat in your mind creates your reality. It is time to let go of phrases like "I can't," "It's not for me," "It's always the same," and begin feeding others like "I deserve," "I am capable," "Life can also be kind to me." Changing your inner dialogue is not some one-day magic trick. It is a practice. But every time you catch yourself speaking to yourself harshly, remember what these cards have revealed and choose to speak from truth. You are not your mistakes. You are what you chose to learn from them. The spiritual energy surrounding you now is deeply protective. I see guides, ancestors, beings of light, accompanying you. Some of them were family members who have already passed on and now send you signs through songs, dreams, scents, memories at strange moments. Others are guides who have been with you since before you were born, holding you in those moments when you felt you couldn't go on. Today they want you to hear this clearly. You were not given this sensitivity so you would suffer. You were given it so you could transform darkness into light, not only for yourself but also for others. And as this understanding settles in your heart, one last energy gets ready to close this message. There is still the final seal, the greatest promise, that moment where prophecy becomes decree and your future begins to rearrange itself around your new faith. To close this sacred reading, Libra, the card of the world now reveals itself. It is the culmination of a journey, the victorious closure of a cycle, the door that opens toward a more complete version of yourself. The world over the sun and justice is a very powerful combination. It speaks of well-deserved triumphs, of rewards that arrive after trials, of paths opening beyond what you imagined. This card shows me that you are not only going to come out of the darkness, you are going to use the experience of that darkness as momentum to go further. It speaks of expansion, travels, opportunities in other places, connections with people from different environments, even possibilities of studying something new, starting a business, changing cities, changing jobs, changing your lifestyle. Life invites you to think big. No more settling for crumbs. No more living halfway, so others aren't uncomfortable with your light. In love, the world brings the promise of wholeness. It can be that moment when at last you feel a wound closing, a grief transforming, when you look in the mirror and see yourself differently. Stronger, more complete. From there, what you attract also changes. You no longer attract from need or emptiness, but from fullness. If you are single, this card opens the door to a connection that feels like destiny. If you are in a relationship, it points to stages of joint achievement, future plans, deeper stability, goals reached hand in hand. In the realm of money and work, the world indicates long-term success. It can point to important promotions, public recognition, growing projects, financial stability much greater than you've known before. It also invites you to think outside the box. Perhaps your purpose is not in repeating traditional paths but in building your own. You have gifts of mediation, balance, aesthetics, communication, which can lead you down creative or diplomatic routes, through activities where your capacity to see all perspectives is a treasure. The color that seals this final stage in your reading is a luminous white mixed with gold. Purity, closure, rebirth, protection, and abundance all in one. Visualize that glow wrapping your body, your mind, your heart, your plans. And remember that the numbers accompanying you, 6, 11, and 21, will continue to appear as confirmations that you are not walking alone. Before closing, I want us to declare one last time. I choose to come out of the darkness and open myself to the miracles of the universe. This time, say it feeling that you are already on the other side, that the doors are opening, that the chains have fallen, that the light is no longer far away. It is within you. And now listen carefully, because this is important. Nothing you have lived has been in vain. The tears you shed, the sleepless nights, betrayals, losses, the times you asked yourself, why me? All of that was part of a training. Not to turn you into someone hard, but into someone wise. Not to extinguish you, but so you would learn to ignite yourself from within, even when everything outside was darkness. Write in the comments, divine justice is already working in my favor. Do it as a commitment to yourself, as testimony that you have listened to this message and choose to walk toward your own victory. Let it not remain only something you heard. Turn it into an act. And if you feel this message spoke directly to your heart, if you recognized pieces of your story here, if some phrase made you tremble, then honor this moment with a gesture of gratitude. As a mystical, symbolic way of thanking the universe for bringing you here, for placing this message before you exactly when you needed it, you can gift this video a like. It is not only support for the channel, it is a way of telling the universe, yes, I accept these signs. Yes, I commit to myself. Yes, I want to receive more guidance, more light, more opportunities to transform my life. Each time you take a conscious action to align with your well-being, you activate a chain effect. Today it is listening to this message, writing your decree, leaving your gesture of gratitude. Tomorrow it may be setting boundaries, making a brave decision, saying yes to an opportunity, or saying no to what no longer honors you. Step by step, you will be building a life more faithful to your truth. On your path from now on, there will still be challenges, because life never stops. But you are no longer the same person who began this reading. Now you know hidden enemies have been unmasked, that divine justice is already at work, that your chains have begun to break, that healthy love and abundance are not only possible for others, they are for you as well. You have seen how the cards move from shadow to light, from betrayal to restoration, from fear to rebirth. Your spiritual energy rises. I see you surrounded by light, understanding, a different kind of peace, more mature. It is not the naive peace of everything is fine even when it's not. It is the deep peace of someone who knows that, even in the middle of the storm, there is a purpose and a guide. Libra, this message came to you because at some level of your soul, you asked for it. You are not here by accident. What you do with these words from today onward will make the difference. You can let them pass as something beautiful you heard once, or you can take them as a before and after in your story. The day you decided to take the reins of your destiny again, may you always remember that you are not alone, that you are loved, that you are guided, and that you are much stronger than you think. May your steps be filled with light, your decisions with wisdom, and your heart with self-love and shared love. Thank you for allowing this message to find you. May divine justice, the sun, and the world continue opening your paths toward the victory, love, and abundance that already belong to you.